What's up, guys? How's it going? It's Amp here, and this time I'm shoutcasting Zest versus TY from the Homestory Cup XIX. Now, I didn't get to watch these games live, unfortunately. I kind of found out about it too late, but looking into these games, I see big names, I see big players, and I see a lot of skill coming through that has to that has to be present for these guys to actually get first place or get lower ranked. And I've been focusing on Zest's games, mainly because he's been playing absolutely amazing. Through Group D, he played really well. Didn't get that second or first place spots, unfortunately. He dropped games against Petit Drogo, and then he dropped one more game against Sue 0-2. So he actually had to go through the losers round, but that didn't seem to affect his performance at all. He 3-0s pretty much 4 times in a row. Well, except for Lambo, he drops a game there. But very strong best of 5 showings. And then at the very end, in basically the round of 4, he plays against TY after TY loses to Cyril. And so this is his kind of redemption game where he gets to come back and still have a shot at first place. Um, it's really crazy how awesome of a record that Zest can have for these games. I know that he's a good player, but man, does it show, especially when I'm actually going in the game and seeing what their strategy is, what they're bringing to the table. So the first game against Petit Drogo didn't go so well, and then against Cause he went really good. Soul, he dropped one game, but overall, good showing. Zest versus Stefano, I expected this one to be really good, but it looks like Zest kind of had the upper hand for most of it. Zest versus Sue, I I was really scared for Zest because Sue is a really powerful Zerg, and PvZ isn't exactly the pinnacle that it once was of StarCraft 2. But no big deal. Zest versus Xanster PvZ. He had a much easier time against Xanster as compared to Sue, and he knew what he wanted to bring to the table afterwards as well. Zest versus Hero Marine. It got a little dodgy, 1-1, but he did clinch the win. And it was really interesting seeing Zest's playstyle versus Hero Marine's playstyle. They both kind of use different camera hotkeys a little bit. They both have different scouting patterns on the map. And so that was day 2 for Zest. He actually ended up going 5-2. And then day 3 he goes against Bunny, Lambo, and Hero Marine. And then against Laser, Sue. So this is the rematch against Sue. He actually got 0-2'd in the round of 32, but in the round of 8 he goes 3-1. So this was nice. I didn't want to see Zest get 3-0'd, but I kind of wanted to see it get closer, more down to the wire, like 3-2. But yeah, Zest is thinking, okay, awesome. I just won like 5 best of 5s in a row, and now I'm against TY. Just recently, I saw TY in WCS. I think WCS. But I saw TY versus. Oh crap! Who is the other Terran? I can't remember. But TY is known as the best Terran ever. Since he dropped this game against Cyril, he gets a chance to prove himself so that he can go up one more time. But we're gonna watch Zest versus TY from mainly Zest's perspective, but I'll also go into TY's perspective as well. Just so you guys have a little more information, Zest actually has a Twitch account. Let me see. Yeah. Let me just go to his main page. Size it a little bit. Sweet. So if you like, he just streamed 12 hours ago. I didn't realize that, but really excited to know that he streams on Twitch because I didn't know that before. TY, I couldn't find him on Twitch, but I do believe he has a Twitter. I'm not sure if I could find that right now, but yeah, give Zest a follow. He's an amazing Protoss. I love this guy. This is also my official, unofficial application to cast for the WCS Challenger Season 3 Open qualifiers. And so I'm looking to cast these games, man. I'd love to stream on my own Twitch account, AntBurglar, twitch.tv/AntBurglar. And I'd love to follow these games for the WCS. I know I'm kind of a new up and coming caster. I've only just recently started doing this, but I used to be a professional league gamer, or an amateur league gamer, sorry. About 4 years back, I was challenger for 2 years, and I played on a team for an open qualifier into the LCS. But now I just mainly, look at StarCraft videos, play some StarCraft, and I'm a Master 3 Protoss. So I'm not the worst player, but I'm not the best either. And I really just like learning from the games that these pro gamers put on for us. So I've got a lot of love for the scene. Real interested in what these guys bring to the table. And it's really awesome to see how hard they fight. So without further ado, let's just get into it, man. TY versus Zest starts off on Kairos Junction. And these are the actual game replay files, so it's through the official StarCraft client. We can see player camera, we can see production tab, units produced, upgrades, anything that might give us more information as to why these players are making the hard decisions that they're making and why they're the best at what they do. So starting off on Kairos Junction LE. Kind of a good map, kind of a short rush distance map. So I expect some aggressive play from here. You just run down, and then you're pretty much in your opponent's base already. So, with everyone viewed and production tab open, let's get right into it. In the top left, with the blue Protoss pieces. Playing for Ocean Gaming, it is OG Zest. In the bottom right corner, with the red Terran pieces. Some people consider him the best Terran in the world. Well, maybe the best TVT player in the world, at least. Maybe Maru's the #1 Terran. But either way, give it up for TY. Bam. Now, just going into what these players have put into this tournament so far. TY had a good showing through the winners bracket, but just barely dropped a game in the very end. And so he has to go through the losers bracket and fight the winner of the losers bracket, which is Zest. So TY may seem to have the upper hand here as far as how he played in the tournament and how his record is, but these players are actually totally even, considering that they're meeting in the round of 4. We see Zest trying to stop that CC from going down as soon as it's available. And one thing that Zest always does is scout his opponent. So this probe came out really early. He saw that the barracks was there. He even confirmed that the CC went down. And now he gets his probe out of there so that the Reaper doesn't find him. But TY didn't even go for a Reaper. A little bit of a bait there, gets a fast reactor, and now he's going to be pumping out double Marines with the factory opening up, man. Crazy. So Zest is expecting a Reaper, and I wonder what he's going to think when he doesn't find it. This adept always gets chronoed because of the Reaper threat, but if there's no Reaper, then it would have been better to spend it on probes instead. Obviously, there's no aggression that's going to come through. Double production, 2 at a time. just to get 4 out, and then he's gonna switch it with the factory and start working on that starport. Meanwhile, Orbital started up for the natural expansion of TY. And Zest. Looks like we got a proxy Dark Shrine, man. This is really cool. I like this use of the probe. Normally I just send it home to start mining, but if you have a proxy, nice. You also drop a gateway after the Dark Shrine since it has a lower build time. Then you can get a fast warp in right here. But it looks like there'll be no time for that as TY goes for a huge push. Let's see what Zest has at home. He's got 3 adepts actually, so this is really nice. But he's gonna kill off some of these Marines, and he really wants to destroy these Hellions, man. Nice, he got 1. Gets a little damage on the Marine. 1 goes down, but it looks like he's gonna be able to clean this up. Meanwhile, what we have in the background is Cloaking Field with Banshees coming out. And 1 Hellion gets in the main. Zest is gonna have to clear this up. Cancels the shade, he wants to kind of block it on its way out, but there's 1 more over here. 6 drones going down. 8, and these Hellions are still alive. They're still doing damage, man. 10 goes down. 11? Not quite. So TY is... Oh, this might be very unlucky. Oh my gosh, that's so unlucky for TY. Just barely misses it. But he ends up coming in with this DT and 2 adepts. He has 1 DT over here. I think that was a bit of a mistake. It should be slashing right now. Oh my gosh, this AFK Dark Templar, man. And as soon as TY gets a scan, I'm sure he's gonna scan this guy so this Widow Mine pops. Oh, look out, look out! Dang it, loses the DT. This is kinda huge actually. He's lost 1,000 more resources within 5 minutes of the game. Pretty heckin' good trades by TY so far, man. But Zest likes getting out that early observer. Even blocked the Reaper this game, but there was no Reapers. Meanwhile, we'll check the production for TY, see what he's got going here. He's got a fully saturated second base. And now Warp Prism comes in with 2 DTs, just as Stim starts finishing up. Meanwhile, TY already on it. Whew, that disable, that interference matrix really messed with Zest's plan there. Loses 500 resources worth of Dark Templar. And the price is getting quite high now, honestly. I've seen Zest take a 4-minute expansion, and this is quite the opposite of that. It seems that he was kind of struggling to fully probe and saturate his base. Can't quite staff the gas yet. Until I gets a scan on these 4 gateways building. Pretty good timing. And sees that a Twilight Council is researching as well. So TY is very much in the know.
Add-on complete.
He's just macroing up. He knows that he took a good win, but he could still get all in, or possibly just, you know, harassed with Dark Templars around. So he's got a Viking patrolling his main and a Raven patrolling his natural. Well, not patrolling, but you know, being a detector flagship. And that was a really good scan actually. You just saw where 600 of OG Zest minerals went. But now we've got double prism play. It looks like he's just fitting whatever he can fit in here. But again, that Viking is patrolling. And oh my gosh, this is a bit of a push. This is a bit of a serious push. So the Raven's gonna see the Widow Mine and the Siege Tank over here. Oof, I am not sure if you can actually break through this position here. Destroys the bunker, but I'm not sure that's the headway he needs. The Widow Mine gets taken out, but the other ones just get to burrow freely. And GG. Zest really just lost too much and realized that he had the all-in, so really wasn't... Really, your best shot was just dropping those gates, getting charge, and seeing if you could make something happen, but TY very good on his defense. I mean, putting a Widow Mine by the bunker with a siege tank behind it and a Raven, it's so hard to like topple all of these things at once. I could really see TY kind of diversifying his defense there, so that if one thing broke, it wasn't that big of a deal. The Widow Mine got taken out, but it was after it got its shot off. And that early interference matrix on the Warp Prism, man. There's just a long list of things that went wrong for Zest that game. Like his first DT being blown up by a Widow Mine as soon as a scan was dropped. And not really getting into the heart of TY's position, which was bases, mining, production going down. TY did lose a Banshee there to the main base of Zest, but ended up being a little bit less than what Zest threw at him. So game 1 goes to TY. Let me pull up a little sticky note. Round of 5. Zest versus TY. And we got 0-1. Game 1 goes to TY. Now we're going into game 2, Thunderbird. Slightly newer map, some niche mechanics. We've got some mineral patches in the field with just 5, so you can mine through and run through. Considering that it takes a couple seconds to actually mine the patch, it doesn't actually lower your rush distance by that much, like 1 second. So Zest likes to tap on the minerals, stop TY from mining a little bit, so he's not gonna mine through that and get a little faster push, but he will go Cyber first, not Nexus first. This is a nice move in PvT. It's a slight variation in the 20 Nexus, 20 Cyber core build, so that you get out 2 fast adepts possibly, and then you could go against the map, go across the map and interrupt this command center building, hopefully. So Zest confirms that that CC went down, but now he also confirms the reactor goes down as well without the Reaper, so he's feeling pretty good about this game. Last game he didn't get to scout the reactor, and so he wasn't able to take advantage of it. Ooh, good block by TY. Right on time. And there's nothing to really make this probe go back to where his base is, because... and he sees a factory building. Wow. But Stalker not getting chronoed out, actually. Just gonna take a normal 30 seconds, but he does chrono the Cyber Core. That's awesome. We've got a little scouting pile on over here. But 2 Marines come out, and now they're gonna shoo off this probe. And we see a second chrono going down on this warp gate research. I wonder what this is for, because this is much different than me or some ladder opponent chronoing warp gate research. This is a dedicated strategy by Zest, it must be. So 20 seconds left on the warp gate research, and he chronos out an army unit. This is really good because 20 seconds with a chrono, you can build an army unit. Meaning that if you chrono your gateway every single time, you can put out 3 units in a minute instead of 2, which in the early game is quite a big deal. But the Stalker comes out, takes a whole bunch of shield damage and even a little bit of hull damage. And Oof, man. They're hiding in the gas vents so he can't get a good angle on him. Just decides maybe to push up, but I see a cyclone coming out. And stalkers are just not that great at dealing with cyclones, man. Stalker getting dangerously low, but he's got reinforcements over here, man. This is a nice little 6 stalker rush. Oof, 2 stalkers go down, this is awful. He's taking a lot of damage running away. But these stalkers can push back the cyclone really well. Only takes about 6 shots, 7 shots. Now Zest is going very aggressive with this, with the Twilight building in the background, but the SCV is making a citizen's arrest, but they fully repair this Cyclone. And this is pretty much the best counter to Stalkers there is. 2 Cyclones gonna lock on onto 2 full HP Stalkers. Very painful, man. He's gotta back up out of this and wait for reinforcements. Oh. It takes H Stalker shots to kill. There we go, these Marines are forfeit with a blink researching in the background. He even chronoed it once, so that's nice. And Zest is a seriously good player with Blink Stalker Micro. Siege Tank sieges up on the high ground, destroys that low HP Stalker. And now he's gonna play a game of should I, could I with the Orbital here. But there's just no way to get in there right now. TY, realizing that this is pretty much a committed rush by Zest, drops the 3rd CC, kind of right on time with that's CC, so this is awesome. We'll see what he sees. It looks like he just dropped a scan a while ago. But he can't see all these new buildings yet. So the fact that Blink is researching is kind of unknown to him. Okay, nice drop to scan. Doesn't really see much. Actually he sees a lot, because he sees these probes moving over here. And he can probably see that he's overmade probes quite a bit. With double forge production, I really like this. Both players set to go into a longer game here with the 3rd base orbital before dropping it off. Nice. And there's 3 parts to this TY push right here. He's got 3 medevacs right here, or 3 Marines and a medevac, and a Liberator sieging on his natural. And let's see what Zest does for this. Oof. Notices that pretty late, loses 6, 7 probes to it. An 8th probe goes down, but these stalkers are gonna go out and meet the main army in the center of the map. Ooh, 18 HP, 0 armor on that Liberator, so that would have been just enough. 0 armor, I mean. Yeah, so 10 stalkers will always kill a Liberator, unless there's an armor or a +1 upgrade. Siege Tank, man. Oof, really pushing out Zest, man. But this is fine, I mean, posturing with the stalkers right here, putting on a little pressure is fine. Obviously they're Blink Stalkers, so this mineral patch is, yeah, not the biggest wall off. But we see this 3rd base probed up really fast, and this 4th base starting for him. I wonder if TY is going to go for a similar. Starts his +1 armor and weapons around the same time, and now he's got 5 1-1. And where is Zest gonna find damage here? Maybe if he had an observer right here, he could blink over here. This part seems pretty undefended, except for a missile turret. So this is heavily fortified. I don't want these stalkers to be here anymore, because if they were over here, they might be able to just blink onto these siege tanks or even destroy this command center. But this is a later 4th CC compared to Zest. It looks like Zest might be playing this a little bit better right now. He's getting a whole lot of gas right now. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4 bases mining gas. 4 bases mining as much gas as possible. I should see a Templar Archives go down pretty soon. We've got +2 on the way with extended lances and even air weapons right now. We'll see, man. We'll see. Protoss air units. I was kind of wondering if Protoss air units had a damage bonus, wouldn't the Colossus get a damage bonus since it's ground and air? I mean, that's kind of stupid, but I mean, you know. Why not? Zest has an observer watching this ramp. Responds real quick. Goes back, but then realizes he has enough at home. Yeah, they should be killing these Marines, no problem. I am not sure about this. We've got 3 siege tanks, 3 liberators, and this is the kill zone. Right here at this ramp is Death Incarnate. Very expensive stalkers getting killed. Check the units lost. And we're about even, and Zest definitely has the money to replace all these units he's lost. So it's kind of like he's just trading out these units for better ones, hopefully. Let's check the production tab. +3 weapons and armor on the way. With double Stargate Fleet Beacon. So we're probably going to see some Tempest coming in to deal with these Liberators and Vikings and such. Looks like TY is actually ahead of the curve right now with these Vikings producing 2 at a time. He's on all that committed Liberators. Oh, never mind. But this 5th base for Zest here makes it look really good. 79 workers to 66. Units lost. Zest has lost a little bit more, but he's also got 83 probes right now. With 2 Tempests, 2 Disruptors coming out at a time, this is really nice. He's got a Zealot on the Zelnaga Tower, a Probe on the Zelnaga Tower, a Zealot at the 6th base location for TY, Observer at his ramp. He's posturing in the middle of the map, and this is all just great vision by Zest. He's seeing what's going on and reacting to it as fast as possible. Chronoing out these +3 upgrades is very, very important. With 2 attacks. It's about 38 damage, so two lashes, and that'll kill a Marine. And he kills his own Zealots so that he can make room for these Disruptors and Tempests. Obviously, max supply with 83 probes is a little bit much. So his units lost is about 2,000 more. But the income, even with 3 mules mining at a time, Protoss is still mining more. TY is up a game, so Zest really just wants to win this right here. He's at this point he has his +3 upgrades, and he's about finished on his +2 air weapons right now. He's getting blink, he's getting armor, he's getting 3 stargates with, oh my gosh, this is awesome. 6 Tempest is an amazing number. 2 oracles coming out along with 4 observers on the map. And Zest is actually just going for upgrades this game. He realizes, I mean, you can probably take every advantage you want. So that means going 14 gates. Yeah, do it. And this is about to start mining out, but 6 workers on it. Very nice. But what have we got going for TY? We've got 3 Ghost Academies producing nukes. Well, just one of them's producing a nuke, but 3 of them. And just as I say that, he queues up 2 more nukes. Oof, and he's got quite the air army, about almost 16 Vikings. But neither really wanting to fight right now, but they're both just kind of avoiding each other's big armies. Oof, and yeah, this is gonna go down. This Tempest do absolute killer damage. It's a nice little tag on these Liberators. You can see everything. And the Vikings are all revealed too, man. But this drop over here, I imagine this would do quite some damage. Hope he pulls off these probes.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
So he's got a really good supporting army. These are all Marauders, so Colossi aren't exactly the best against these guys, but they'll do. Well, 5,300 minerals, 2,000 gas for Zest. He is looking to trade right now, no doubt. We've got +3 weapons, +2 armor, +2 ship, advanced ballistics as well. He can see this ghost, but he can't do anything about it. Oof, that's gonna land. Okay, saves the observer, awesome. And we've got 1 stalker trying to clear out these missile turrets and sensor towers. You can 2-shot that guy, right? Nope. 14 damage. Oh, nice. Thinning out these Marines, man. Fighting right outside his base. Going for the 6th base of Zest. And denies another base that's about to mine for TY, man. I want to see what TY's priority is. And now TY is on the back foot. He's actually losing more resources than Protoss. And these disruptor balls are pushing up like crazy. DT's once again finding some damage. And this base is gonna go down, right? Oh, no. He's gonna pull back and focus on getting disruptor hits so that he can trade as efficiently as possible, but this army is getting cleaned up, man. Oh, very nice. And yeah, man. TY just base after base gets denied this game, and that feels so bad when you aren't actually on the map denying bases of the Protoss themselves, man. So yeah, I don't know how you're gonna whittle down all this. 5,500 minerals, that's 55 zealots for example. 2,000 gas, about, is it 9, 12 High Templar or so? Yeah, maybe 12. But dang, man. Really good play by Zest, getting all those upgrades and just not stopping. Every single minute of that game, he was on the other half of the map, TY's half of the map. Really good game too. Tie the score up. Put the map name. Kairos. Thunderbird. 1-1. Game 2 to Zest. Now let's check out what this next game is on. It's on King's Cove. Really nice beach map. And more of an aggressive map than Thunderbird by far. It's kind of similar to Kairos Junction, but I would say it's in between Thunderbird and Kairos as far as aggressiveness goes. Because your third base on King's Cove is actually on a high ground. And that's really nice when you're trying to expand as fast as Zest does, really. I've seen Zest go for an expansion at like 350 sometimes with 44 workers still. I'm like, how did you get that many workers so fast? And also guarantee that you weren't just gonna die and lose the game after. I'm always impressed by Zest and just how he figures out what's going on so quickly. So, let's go into game 3 now. Fighting to win the Homestory Cup. The honor of going against Cyril. And possibly beating him too. It is, in the bottom right, the blue Protoss pieces. Zest. It's Zesty boy. My favorite Protoss player. And we're gonna see a proxy Rax. Just the one so far. Doesn't look like TY is sending another one out there. But he's going for a 2-gas build. It's likely that he could build a Ghost Academy or a factory right afterwards. And try and leverage that position in this game. So like I said, King's Cove, the third base is on a high ground. It's really hard to push through this like we saw last game when Zest tried to push up the Thunderbird ramp. When there's Liberators defending, when there's Siege Tanks defending, and then a engineering wall with supply depots. It's really hard to just whoosh, run through and get all the kills you need. But Zest obviously sees something is missing. And it's making him a little afraid to expand. He actually goes for a fast zealot, just because you can't be sure how many barracks they decided to go for. But this is actually a really powerful rush. It's a concussive shell marauder push. And yeah, you kind of want to go in with 3 marauders at least. So concussive shell research is about the training time of 2 marauders, so this is really nice timing. Once the first marauder finishes, he starts up concussive and goes for another 2. Meanwhile, factory building at home, and Zest, what does he have as far as stopping this from happening, you know? I don't see a battery yet, but he does feel safe enough to come in with a zealot and a stalker, with a 3rd stalker chronoed up. So this is a full wall. That's just a little bit annoying, stopping the tech lab from going down as quickly. It's a reactor. And the Concussive Shell Marauders are showing up. These Zealots doing some work, actually. This is awesome. Okay, okay. 66. See? See, he's got the high ground. Wants to keep the high ground. This Zealot does not take a lot of damage, man. It's only 10 damage. Like, are you literally gonna shoot a Zealot 15 times to kill it? No. I'm gonna shoot a Stalker like 9 times and kill it. We've got a command center going up much later than Zest. He's already producing probes on it like crazy. And Zest is and TY is just starting to build. 2 low HP SCVs for retreat back. And these reactored Hellions are gonna be great, man. You just see the remnants of what was a standalone tech lab right outside the brush, so this is not a bad spot to proxy. Obviously, you have to literally go through this before you're able to see it, similar to everything up here on the high grounds. You have to literally go up here if you want to have a chance at seeing it. But a Twilight with Blink researching, and then after Blink starts, boom, Robo. You see this quite a bit from Zest. He likes playing safe, he likes knowing what's up. But instantly 4 probes go down, 6 probes go down, 8 probes, 9 probes. Oof. And only 1 Hellion now. He's gonna be scouting up what's up in the main. TY, the caster pro gamer player.
Your forces are under attack.
And Zest scouts that cloak banshee.
Command center upgrade complete.
Very nice, of course. So TY, this is about as aggressive as you can get, I mean, while still macroing a second base behind it. He proxied at 1 Rax, and that was his first Rax as well. Starts a tech lab, pumps out 3 Marauders with concussive shell, awesome. Good opener, not over committing at all. Reactor produces some Hellions out, gets good pro damage, man. And the economic lead goes to the Protoss here, I think. He's up in probes. He had a base that was mining earlier. And we have a 3rd base. Awesome. Totally awesome. This does this, man. He's got scouting pylons on the side of his base and a scouting probe on the top. So if anything comes in from the side, he's going to see it. If anything comes in from the north, he's going to see it. This Liberator, it's going to pass through these pylons. There's just no way it's not. But Zest blinking into the main here. Looks like he used a scouting Phoenix to get that high ground vision and blink in. But this tank is... yeah, he's just going to blink out. Go around. And oh my gosh, greedy boy Zest takes a 4th base without producing much in between the 2 nexus. This is awesome, man. Obviously, TY is just trying to get his economy up so that he can hopefully have a good, like, 9-minute push, if anything. And good. This is so hard to push through, even by itself, a bunker and a siege tank. But now that the Raven is here too, any DTs are going to be detected, any observers coming through are going to be detected. Let me see this Zealot over here. He's going to scout this command center. So, TY scans this natural, but shouldn't you be scanning this 3rd base? It's true that when you scan right here, you can see any probes that are leaving and then infer that there's a 3rd base from that. And he actually does have vision of this, so that's cool. We've got a Liberator
Your
coming in
forces
from the
are under
south,
attack.
and he's just
Head
gonna
on. Complete.
siege. Yeah, as soon as you see that with no stalkers defending it. Where is Zest Vision? Okay, nice. Pulls away after losing 4 probes. Not the biggest of deals, but a big deal. 8 minutes in, with 4 probes in production, he starts charge, ground armor, and ground weapons. Chronos both ground armor and weapons. And he's scouting around the map, man. He saw the Cloaked Banshee play, so he has an observer up here, an observer down here. This is just Zest, man. He always puts these observers out here. And you can just see so well, man. If you put him any farther, it's kind of like lower odds that if they're just going straight, that you'll see him. Oh. Did he see it? He didn't see it. He's gonna start losing. Oh, okay. A battery, actually. He's gonna do one more once over, scout the main. Looks like 5 racks or so. And that's a full energy Banshee, man. You'd feedback that if he had high tempo. Which he's thinking about getting. You know, does anyone else think that the build time for Templar Archives is really short? This is like Forge build time. This is like Cybercore build time. This is Twilight Council build time. This is awesome, man. Getting a bunch of value out of these guys. But I'm really scared for this. This is a big scary push coming out of TY right now. Oof, look at all that red. It even pulls the boys. 7, about 30 boys. How is Zest gonna deal with this? He doesn't have Storm. His +1 armor and weapons are finishing. Oof, this anti-armor missile is so painful. -3 armor. Oof. Okay, so he's kind of cutting off the reinforcements right now, but this 3rd base is forfeit. This 4th base is not mining anymore. And this army of TY is still standing strong. Whew. Yeesh. Normally he has Colossus by now, but he actually went for Immortals and Charge Lots instead. Opting for a lot of gates. I'm not sure he got all the value he needed out of this 4th base. I think that was kind of his crux. If he went for, I don't know, more gates, more... Yeah, more gates, man. If he had 12 gates, maybe Colossi in production instead of Archons, I think he would have done really well. But dang, man, TY gearing up for a big, huge push and getting the damage that he needs out of it. Decisively takes game 2, man. So King's Cove, bang, dude. It is now 1-2. Game 3 to TY. Oh my gosh, man. What's the next game? Acropolis? This is a cool map. And the pressure is mounting in the series, man. You can tell. It gets harder and harder to be more sure about what you're doing in these games because you're so close. This is the last best of 5 that Zest has to get through before he goes against Serral. Like, that is a big, 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 big deal. Zest wants to play against Serral and defeat him. What better result could Zest hope for than that? But TY is no slouch either, man. He's trying so hard all the time. I think he thinks it's a PVZ now. He goes for a pylon on the low ground. Anyways, let's get through these introductions, man. Down 1-2 with the blue Protoss pieces in the bottom right of Acropolis. Representing Ocean Gaming, it is Ocean Gaming Zest. In the top left, with the red Terran pieces, it is none other, caster and pro gamer, TY. I'm so torn in these games because I really... Oh, very nice play by TY, just stopping him for a second there. I'm so torn in these games because I want Zest to win so badly. He just deserves it, I think. I can see him getting better. I can see him improving. And he can't actually block him yet. He just has to get the heck out of dodge with 6 HP left. Well, I want to correct it actually. You only deserve it if you actually win. If you don't win, obviously you didn't deserve it. I mean, you gotta play better if you want to win. And that's what Zest is about. He's playing better. Oh, a little bit early on that scout, man. He's gonna get taken out. That's a pain, right? Because that Reaper was going across the map too. But this Adept gonna come out very early because of that Cybercore first opening. And he scouts this Reaper, gets even a hit on it. Double Marine production starting up with a bunker to defend. Very defensive opening, and TY slips his probe in slips this SCV in somehow. Sees that there's no Twilight or Robo yet. But then as soon as that SCV leaves, he drops a Twilight and a Robo, so Zest going for a Twilight 2-gate kind of opener here. And let's check his units right now. Units lost. He lost that first probe, that's it so far. Adept Sentry Stalker opening. And he can chrono out one unit if he wants. Okay, now he can't, so he's pretty happy just going on 3 army units. After all, this gateway's gonna finish in sync with this warp gate research. Starts at blink immediately, chronos it. Good ways to get a lead is with this opening, man, because this Phoenix is gonna scout exactly what you want to know. It's gonna scout that there's 4 Marines in a bunker, 4 Marines scouting the main, a factory producing without any add-ons, and a starport producing without any add-ons. This is a mine drop, right? This is a mine drop. And look at this, early, look, 41 probes. Nexus. But not before getting a Robo as well. Where is that Robo? What the heck? Where's the Robo? Oh, okay, behind the mineral line. Kind of a weird spot for it, but that's good. That's good for Zest. Recalls. Okay. Yeah, I mean, alright. Looks like he doesn't want this to get scouted right now, but this is all TY has. Actually, he did scout it already. But now this mine drop is coming in. He's got to get these probes out of here. 2 probes. Okay. Whew. That red line almost targeted the clump of probes, but does get out of there with 1 Oh, actually, never mind. Does not get out of there. TY. A little bit of multitasking going on.
Forces are under attack.
And 3rd CC is also going up for TY. Awesome. Bam! And these stalkers are going to blink forward cover a bunch of ground and get in the face of TY right now. And this is crazy, right? Like 2-gate, Blink Robo, 2 Forges, and then once he gets these upgrades, it's just 200, 200 to get +1 weapons and ground armor, so it's really not that painful at all. And he knows, dude. He knows. Do not try to play Zest, bro. Like we saw that. We see a Raven coming out. And again, kind of a big scary push for these 4 racks. 5 racks, what the heck? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay. We've got STEM researching, Reactor going in, another Tech Lab, it's likely for... Yeah, Combat Shield's a little bit less of a research time than STEM, so he starts STEM, and then goes for Combat Shield at the last possible second. More Marines getting posted up out here. Zest, no slouch, man. Doesn't go for the gas on the 3rd base and just goes for a 4th base instead. I really like this move because it's diversifying the amount of damage that Zest will take. Obviously, if one base gets destroyed, that's tragic, that's terrible. You have a base that's not mining anymore and you have to rebuild it as well. But if these probes get out and just run to this base at the 3 o'clock position, or 2 o'clock position, that's awesome. No problem, right? Not to mention his probing will be much faster. He's falling behind in workers right now. Oh, but I highly doubt that that'll be a huge concern for him. But TY's got 3 bases mining now. You got these Blink Stalkers coming up. Trying to posture on the map, trying to see what's up, you know. And what's TY got? He's got a Liberator back here. Everything is on his side of the map right now. Everything that TY has is wrapped up in these 3 bases right now. So it's likely that he's playing a real tight build right now, and then he's going to go for a huge damaging push onto the map.
Complete.
Zest, meanwhile, he wants to know when this push is happening. He wants to know what units are in it. He wants to know everything about this. So, bam! Gets 1 hit, sees that there's a bunch of Marauders mixed in, and as soon as these guys back up, these guys move forward. We've got a Scouting Phoenix. He's going to see literally everything that TY has because he's all clustered up. And boom, this, oof, that Zelnaga Tower is really getting some vision. And this is a lot of Marines, man. We got 1 Robo, we got 9 Warp Gates. I don't know if this is enough for Zest, man. I don't think it is. He's producing more probes. He's not taking this seriously, I don't think. No, he's on the map. Oof. Oof, this is really good. This is a really good move. If this was to just run in here, I have no doubt that this would just get slaughtered. Slaughtered, I say. But, yeah, back these guys up. You don't want these guys dying before their time. This is always a good move, I think, when you see this many Marines. You drop a Robo, and you drop a... Well, you drop a Robo facility and a Robo Bay. But Zest is going, look dude, I have 70 workers, I'm on 4 bases, I'm gonna drop 3 Robos. I want triple Colossi production. So this is in lieu of the fact that he has +2 weapons, +2 armor, 9 gates, 4 bases mining versus TY's 3 bases. But this means that TY has more money to pump into his army right now, and that's what making this look so scary. If TY doesn't find the damage here, he is way behind considering. A little bit over saturation on that base. That's nice. He's gonna get a good cool flank here. Bit ambitious, actually. Decides this isn't the spot, but Disruptor coming through. Disruptor shot. We'll see how much damage it gets. Hits both the siege tanks. That's big damage. But they're still alive and still shelling out damage. Oof. Alright, they're destroyed. This force is gonna get chased up. He's gonna lose immortals one by one due to these concussive shells marauders. And this is the fight. He can get a good concave on all of this. It's a big cluster. And the Disruptor shot comes in. Oh! Oh my gosh. What? I for sure thought that TY was gonna push onto the map with this huge force when he had the advantage. What? He's up 20 army supply. Oh, never mind. Just 10. I'd really like to see this force deny this third base, but man. Oof, what are Immortals gonna do to this? The damage output isn't there. Ah. It keeps him just spread out enough that he can kind of play with these Blink Stalkers, kind of mess him up. And obviously, if you have Zealots coming in from here, and a smaller force coming in from here, it's a big concave and a terrible fight for TY. So he really has to take these Stalkers seriously and remove the concave from the game. Zest literally plays so safe, he does not fight into a concave of TY. Wow, man. I can't believe it. There's 50 Marines against 24 Zealots. Upgrades, +2 armor. Okay, so those Zealots are really strong. And really good stuff going into Disruptors instead of Colossi. Just based on how safe Zest was playing, he knew that TY wasn't gonna try and get a concave, because if TY positions into a concave, Zest isn't fighting anymore. He's back at his base. What a great game, man. Zest on top of his upgrades, on top of his bases, on top of his production. And I think that was just a little bit predictable by TY, if anything. When you show up onto the map with a huge Marine Marauder force, kind of Ghosts mix in too near the end, I was expecting a bit of a switch after. Because obviously Marines and Marauders aren't that effective against Zealots, especially +2/+2 Zealots. It's 100 HP of +2 armor, and that's really painful. And we're gonna pop into the last map of the series. Both players 2-2 now. 2-2, game 4 to Zest. Oh my gosh. 2-2, and this last map is decided on Turbo Cruise. One of the weirdest kind of like non-preferred maps in the pool. This is the map with the controversial slowing orbs and the slowing fields in the middle of the map, and a little bit on the edges too. Yeah. And I don't know, there's kind of less opportunity to cheese on this map just because of those slowing fields. But don't get it wrong. This map has one of the shortest rush distances of all of the maps in the pool. Even with the slowing fields in the center, you can run straight through. It only takes about 34 seconds to rush. Okay, just seeing that this is a 19-minute game, I'm going to go ahead and pause just for a moment, take a quick bathroom break. So, if you're a viewer, get some drinks, get a snack, get up, walk around for a minute. I'll be right back, and we'll get these introductions and this last final game, where Zest competes for the second place position to fight against Serral. Alright. which means that we can see what these players are going to go for in this kind of a game. In the bottom left, currently 2-2, vying for a final spot to fight against the champion Cyril. It is TY. In the top right of Turbo Cruise, 2-2. He's tied it up. He's done it. He's as close as he can get to the final round. With the blue Protoss pieces, it is OG Zest. Yeah, wow, Zest. Alright, yeah, let's go. TY really on top of that SCV coming in. Damage those shields. This is so annoying, because Zest loves to tap on these minerals and stop them from mining, but he's not going to be able to get that this game, and we've got a barracks in production. Ooh, good swimming. Good swimming by this probe. He's going to get the heck out of dodge because that Marine finished up. And he's very happy to see that that CC went down as well. We've got a factory going up. We've got a Chrono Adept with a late warp gate, which makes me think Stargate. Correct me if I'm wrong, Zest. But a double Adept with no warp gate research is Stargate. Stargate. There it is. Oh, it's a proxied Stargate. Amazing. So, pretty normal. Just cyber first. Got a 230 Stargates, a little late, but no big deal, right? Except for when TY is going for a mine drop, because that means you can just route it, keep it in your base until it's ready to go. Once it's ready to go, bam, pack 4 into medevac and get out there. This is a really good spot because it'll be blocked by the SCV. Because how are you supposed to see that? Man, Terran beats the heck out of Protoss. Does extra damage against shields. So these seem to be defensive adepts. TY obviously known for coming in with concussive shells or maybe Hellions reactored out. And let's look at what Zest is setting up. Obviously this is really good probing. 39 probes, almost fully saturated. 41. We should see him go for a Nexus soon, right after a second Oracle. Yep. I don't want to be, like, negative Nancy, but I think this Oracle's gonna die. Oh no, he sees the red line and goes right past it. Actually gets an SCV. 2, 3. Okay, don't run through the Widow Mine, though. Gotta be real careful. And the Widow Mine goes off in his mineral line. What the heck? Gets 8 probes. Seriously? That's making this 4 SCV kill Oracle make a little bit less scary. But now we've got 2 Oracles at a time. Let's check the production tab. We got a Liberator, we got a Siege Tank, Reactored Marines, and so far it's just a 1-1-1 build. Quite nice. And he's gonna pick off these SCVs going from the main to the natural. Oh, loses just 1. I hope that he taps on this mule because it's quite fresh. Still got another 130 minerals left in him. Meanwhile, Liberator's gonna come over here, potentially scout this Stargate. Yep. Instantly moves away. But we see a little bit of a push coming out here from both players. Both want to posture on the map. Obviously, that shorter rush distance coming into play, like I mentioned. Both players not really too worried. But check this out. This Liberator might get a lot of damage, and this Viking plans to land, but there's a shield battery, so that's nice. Oof, one probe goes down. Not that bad. And yeah, TY saw what he wanted to see, so he goes up to 311 and it grants him. Awesome. Everyone, let's check some upgrades, production. We got double forge producing upgrades, and a full medevac of Marines. Obviously, stim is not an option, considering he's only had a reactor on the barracks this whole time. And this landed Viking is gonna get ragged and abused by an Oracle Phoenix combo. As soon as it lands, the Oracle starts zapping him, and as soon as it picks up, the Phoenix starts zapping. A bit of a late Nexus here, but TY did have to overbuild units to defend against that 1-1-1 potential push that TY was going for. But after that, now he feels safe. He's got a third base, he's got more gates in production with the Templar Archives. I'm less and less of a fan of this Templar Archives, the more and more that I see Protoss ground armor. Because if you're gonna go ground armor, you want charge and you want 25 zealots or so. You want a lot of zealots so that it's really unviable to try and kill all of those zealots with marines or whatever you have. This marine gonna get a good little scout, and what he doesn't scout, he's just gonna scan. Sees gates, sees forge in production, and Templar Archives. So what's he going for? He's got a reactor. This one's gonna jump on the tech cloud and start producing stim, combat shield. Maybe we're gonna see a bunch of marauders. But this third base should be probing, right? Yep. That's really awesome. Zest has got a third base before TY is mining from his, so this is a good advantage he's got. This Phoenix is gonna come in. They pick off a Raven. Oh my gosh. Terran on the back foot here a little bit, losing a little bit more than they would have liked. But this +2 armor is on the way. Can't stress enough how important that is. Gets +2 and goes, you know what, I want +1 as well. So, builds another forge. And goes double RoboFac with the RoboBay. Awesome. And he's pretty much fully saturated on this third base now. This medevac gonna unload right outside the right outside the natural of Zest. And got a Ghost Academy. Destroys it, goes for an armory and an Inji Bay. So this means that he might be going for Liberators. Getting his +1 upgrades as well. Clearing out that old Stargate. Obviously Zest got what he wanted from it. 2 Oracles and 3 Phoenix popped out of it. And he's gonna go for Disruptors, man. He was really happy with the performance he had last time with Disruptors, and he's gonna go for it again. TY. It's pretty even now as far as losses go, but as far as upgrades go, Zest has the advantage. Almost finished with +2 armor. And let's check the units, man. We've got 3 Archons, which don't benefit from +2 armor. We've got 10 Stalkers, which do. And 4, okay, we have 11 Zealots, that's sweet. 4 Marines out here, just kind of chilling. These Adepts also chilling. Zealot chilling. Air Force chilling. He's wrapping around what TY has to kind of poke in, and then as soon as TY comes out like this, he's just going to back up, push in somewhere else, keep scouting. So he's got the vision right now. Only thing is, he only has 6 gateways? 6 warp gates? 6 warp gates, nothing in production. When you have this upgrade lead like this, like he's just starting +2 weapons, and you're already on the way to +3 armor, I just want to see a lot of zealots, man. I want to see a lot of zealots. It's up in workers, and this really isn't all that scary by Terran, I don't think. I mean, this is terrifying. Ooh. A little bit of lag there, I bet. Oh my gosh, kinda huge, kinda huge. But both players even on units lost right now. And Zealot is just gonna die. Kinda like the first Zealot proccing the Stasis Ward and the rest. This is a kind of a big pick. These Concussive Shell Marauders can really slow down these Zealots and get as much as they want. These guys poking into the 4th base. Obviously Zest has his own 4th base he's worrying about. He's down in workers right now. What the heck? And even in army supply. So what gives, dude? These Marines are entirely blocking the 5th base from Zest. Meanwhile, TY going up to his 5th base and possibly having a 6th one in a second. No more gates in production. He actually goes Stargate after getting these sick upgrades. Let's check the Disruptor range versus the Siege Tank range. This is a really close game, man. After 13 minutes, and both of them are pretty even in amounts lost. And these Zealots are going to get a good wraparound, but it's not quite the damage that they need. If there are Disruptors here as well, or maybe something that could destroy these medevacs, they're getting a lot of value out of their energy. 4 life for 1 energy. Zest doesn't have a lot of ways to replace this army. I mean, he's got 3 robo oh, okay. Never mind. 10 gates, 3 robos, 3 stargates. But, oh my gosh, lifts up these tanks. This is awesome. This Disruptor, very low. Forced to pick up and run out of there. Are you serious? This is so bad. He has to leave these siege tanks behind. There's still more behind it. Units lost. Protoss actually took the bad trade there. Are you serious? This is like 1,200 minerals and gas of Benevacs right here. But TY, fully mining, and Zest is the one that's down on bases right now. I don't even like taking this base because it's so hard to get up this ramp and then defend down it. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense, man. Rather, there's a ramp right here, and the only way is through these slow fields or up these ramps. Oh, Tempests are coming out. These are gonna help him out with these trading. A Cloaked Ghost right there. He sees it, right? Like he does. He's right there. See the red dot? Okay, this Zealot flank is pretty nice, but these siege tanks on the high ground are really causing pain. Maybe these siege tanks are friendly firing on their own Marines, but TY has more production, man. He has more income. 82 harvesters to 68. 4 bases to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is gonna be what? Orbital? Does that make sense? What? 0 of 8. 6 of 8. Check the upgrades. It's +3, +2, +2, +2, +2. Units lost. It's more and more in the favor of the Terran. Look, we've got 6 Zealots, 2 Colossi, 12 Stalker, 6 High Templar, 3 Tempest, 3 Disruptor. Pretty standard army. But look at this. 6 Medivacs, 4 Siege Tanks, 20... I actually don't like this army that much anymore. Terran's army seems kind of weak. But these 6 Medivacs are getting so much value. 100 energy, 100 energy, 100 energy. Each Medivac can heal 10 Marines or so. So when you have 6 of them, you can heal all of your Marines. As fast as they need to be, pretty much. So... Zest is getting a bit flustered here, I think. He used to have a lot of resources kind of like hanging out here to stop this, but this base is gonna go down. This base has a crap ton of probes in it, and it needs to go down. Okay, here we go. TY is coming in here for damage, man. These stores are gonna do a crap ton. Supporting siege tanks in position. A nuke going down in the natural. These pylons are all down. So 2 nukes will destroy that. I think it actually does extra shield damage.
Field depleted.
Oh no. This is terrible. Okay, he sees it. But where's the observer? Blink. Yep, high ground. That was close. Are you serious, dude? This is a disgusting army. Now, with 6 Thors, 7 siege tanks, I like this a lot more than when he just had Medivacs and Marines, man. We've got this orbital. It's not quite lifting over to mine just yet. I swear he could start mining right here, man. We've got nukes going down. We've got Zest struggling to keep up, it seems. Oof, good storms, good storms. Even better storms on the last one, oh my gosh. Terran down in army supply. 6 disruptors, 17 stalkers. I'm not so sure about these 17 stalkers. Or even really these tempests. I wish he had carriers or something. Some stronger unit against this. But he's going in here. These disruptors gonna go ham. As ham as they can, really. The main damage is from these stores and siege tanks, man. Only 3 Thors. Only 3 Thors that shoot up. Whew. This is a dastardly position, man. But look at how down to the wire it is. 3 Thors. Units lost. Oof, too much in favor of TY, man. What an awesome, awesome, awesome game. His bank just ended up being a lot bigger. Man, that was so close. I really thought Zest kind of had that there. But I guess 2 inefficient trades with the Zealots. Just didn't get the wraparounds that he needed, man. And unfortunately, that cuts Zest's second place, or first place dreams of Homestory Cup to an end. But not a bad showing by Zest either. Both of these players obviously played really good, and it came down to the wire, like I kind of wanted to. 2-3, game 5 to TY. TY proving why he's so freaking good, man. Man, a couple siege tanks and Thors end up killing. Just the position is unbreakable by TY at that point. Really good games. Really good games out of both players. And I hope to see Zest, have these kind of similar results, man. He did amazing through this losers round. Obviously, that didn't get to him when he was playing against Bunny, Lambo, Hero Marina, Laser, and Sue. But when it came down to the wire, it got a little loose at the seams, is all. But overall, this was my favorite series of all of these games. And gotta give a lot of props to Zest, man. This guy tries so hard, and he's so good at Protoss, I swear to God. Zest's an amazing player.
Today, we retake our homeworld. And with it, our legacy.
That's what I want to see, man. I want to see 20 gates coming down from Zest, raining zealots down on his opponents. I think zealots would have done really good against that army too, more so than disruptors. Disruptors take up more supply, but they do good damage to Thors. Whew. Again, guys, follow SC2 Zest on Twitch. If he's streaming, give him some support. Follow him. Watch what he's doing. This guy is a good Protoss. TY, watch what he's doing too. This guy's a good Terran player, man. But both of these players' styles really showing through in these games. Really showing in these best of 5. Really happy for TY to advance, and I'm really happy for Zest to get this far in the tournament too. So, and this isn't a WCS or a GSL or anything where you get to lift a trophy or anything. This is kind of just a stream, kind of a fun match, and the prize is $4,000 as compared to, you know, $1,250 or $750 where Zest went. So Zest didn't need to win this tournament by any means, but it definitely would have been a nice little confidence boost for him, I think. So thank you guys for checking out this video. Thank you guys for showing the support for the SC2 pro scene. Yeah, just more people watching, more people talking about the scene, gets more people interested. So glad you guys stopped by. Hope you enjoy these games, and yeah, see you around for WCS summer, as well as the WCS Open Qualifier starting in about a week. See you guys next time.